Unit 5. Typhoid Mary. Reading.
At the beginning of the 20th century, in New York City spread a strange disease among many people. They were diagnosed with typhoid fever, but no one could figure out why this had happened. A man named George Soper was called in to investigate the cause of this disease. He discovered that over 50 of the confirmed cases had one thing in common. These people had all employed Mary Mallon as their cook. Although Mary did not show any of the symptoms of typhoid fever, she seemed to have transmitted this disease to others. Thus, Mary was viewed as a carrier and a super spreader who was likely to infect many people. She came to be known as Typhoid Mary ever after. In spite of the public's suspicions, Mary strongly denied the accusation of having spread the disease, and she persisted in doing her work. When she was required to provide samples of her bodily fluids, she refused to cooperate. Nevertheless, the police were cautious about dealing with this case. They arrested her for threatening the public's health and insisted that she be kept in isolation on an island. There she had lived until her death over 20 years later. In Mary Mallon's times, typhoid fever was a fatal illness. However, it is less common nowadays because of improvements in sanitation and people's growing awareness of public health. Take Mary's case, for instance. Her specialty dessert, peach ice cream, which was made from uncooked fruit and water, had actually created a fertile ground for germs. Thus, the experts believed it was this dish that led to the cluster infections of typhoid fever in various family members. For this reason, doctors now suggest that people not eat raw food or drink unboiled water in order to reduce the risk of becoming sick. Other modern diseases, such as SARS, MERS, and COVID-19, can also be spread unless some measures are taken to prevent this from happening. For example, we now know how vital it is to carefully wash our hands, especially before eating or preparing food and after using the restroom or coughing. What's more, an easy way to avoid direct contact with people who are ill is to wear a mask in public places. Last but not least, we should stay home and notify health authorities whenever any cases of infectious illnesses occur. In the past, the idea that one person could infect so many others was very new. However, we have more knowledge about superviruses and spreaders now. The knowledge is essential because we can't really protect ourselves from these diseases until we fully understand them. As we learn more about diseases and take action to prevent them from spreading, we may finally be able to put an end to the suffering these diseases cause.